touch this.
And you're in the mix with Kinda Real Nate. Here's another OMFL production.
When I hit you up, I'm talking about banging something. Chill off in your crib and half a thing, probably make the sting or something. Girl, you like my bottom bitch. Post my bill, pay for my lawyer. Play your position when the mother hoes get out of order. When you wanna give me that, you purchase a plane ticket.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to some Saints and Sinners, number 14 already. We're going to do a quick recap of weeks 1 through 3 as my Saints are sitting at 3-0, but it's a lucky 3-0. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And then tomorrow, we'll kick out some highlights. So that should be something fun. Let's just let's dig right into it, though. Week 1 had me facing against the Buccaneers, and this is the guy that I really thought, still think is going to win this division. I mean, just a fully loaded team. If Big Hurt has the opportunity to really focus on this team, he's going to be just fine. I mean, this team is as loaded can get with all the talent that anybody could ever ask for. And so, yeah, I really see this one coming down to a tight race here at the end. I know. My Saints are 3-0. Like I said, it's a lucky 3-0. 281 passing yards, 85 rushing yards to 86. This really ended up being a game where he shut me down running the ball, and he really was just passing the ball wherever he went. 18 first downs in this one. This was a 10-6 game going into half. I was trailing, and then 11 points in the fourth quarter really helped me get right over the edge on him. And this is a really good back and forth game. Now, what I really like about my team here, though, 0 turnovers, 0 picks for Drew Brees through 3 weeks, which is a pretty big thing. 2 turnovers for the Buccaneers, 75% to 100% in the red zone. But he held the ball for 23 minutes and 27 seconds. It's really, really hard to win whenever that kind of stuff is happening. Look at a couple stats here. 236 passing yards and 2 touchdowns for Drew. 296 passing yards, 2 touchdowns with the 2 interceptions for Brady. And then Taysom Hill had a throw. I think he was 1 for 1 for 8 yards in this one. I kind of used him to kind of throw off the defense a little bit. 2 sacks for the New Orleans Saints, no sacks for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kamara had 1 big run in this one, 6 rushes for 85 yards. He had the long of 86. So he had 5 rushes for 5 yards, and that was it. Ronald Jones, the second, 10 for 49. Leonard Fournette, 10 for 36. And Ty Montgomery, the second, 3 for 7. Receiving, Michael Thomas had a great game, 6 receptions for 111 yards, but Gronkowski really was murdering me this entire game. Again, my stream keeps messing up tonight, guys, and I don't know why, so I apologize for it. I thought I had it figured out, but clearly I did not. So hopefully you guys aren't seeing too much stuff on your end. Gronkowski really was all over the field, 5 for 72. Mike Evans, 6 for 63. And Emmanuel Sanders with his best game as a Saint. It's only 5 for 47, but he did have the touchdown. It was a late touchdown that ended up helping us out a ton. Go and look at the defense real quick. Marshawn Lattimore was all over the place with 8 tackles on the day. Demario Davis had another really great day for the New Orleans Saints, and the sacks came from Marcus Davenport coming off that left side, finally showing some production for the Saints here. 3 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and 2 sacks on the day. Interceptions, both of them came by Marcus Williams. One was in the red zone. He threw it right to him, right down the middle. Marcus Williams is in the right place. And then another one, I was using him, and I want to say the ball bounced off of someone's hands, and Marcus Williams was able to get the interception on that play, and that was a really big play for us. Again, I don't know why the camera and everything else is freaking out tonight. I apologize. I'm gonna try it like this. I'm gonna see if that doesn't help us. No, it doesn't. As soon as I say that, it starts jacking up. I have 0 clue, fellas, what's going on tonight. I have no guesses about what is up. It just started doing this tonight, and I can't wrap my brain around why it's doing it. There's one thing that's different that fixes the audio lag issue. That's it. What's up, Priest? Good to see you, buddy. It looks like I fixed the audio issue, but fixing the audio issue has caused another issue. And if it keeps on doing it, we're going to try killing Spotify and see if that doesn't help. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and let's kill Spotify right now. I apologize. I know this isn't sexy podcasting, but I can't figure out what's going on here. I like doing the Spotify thing, but it doesn't seem like it's going to work. So we'll see. Again, this was a really good game. Came in close at the end, and I was able to make just a couple more plays than him, and they gave me the victory. Start off the season 1-0. The Raiders game was a bit of a frustration for both of us. We couldn't play the night of advance because the Saints and Raiders are playing in real life, and the Saints got their butt whipped in real life. And then the next night we tried to play, we got through one drive where he completely dominated me, and then PSN went down. And after PSN went down, then we had an issue because it wouldn't come back up until late. Came back up for me, didn't come back up for him. The next day we played, we got through 4 quarters and had 50 seconds left in the game. He was up by 3. He dominated me for 3.5 quarters. I made a comeback. He was up by 3. I had no timeouts. I was on his 49 driving to tie the game. I had a pass play called to the outside, and second down clock was called. Clock was stopped. No timeouts left, and then we DC'd again. He didn't have time to play again. I didn't have time to play again. The board decided to let it be straight up sim, and of course, sorry, my Saints are rated better than his, and I got away with the victory there. So a weird situation here. I'll kind of scan through these stats, but I'm not going to stay on them super long. Kamara has 211 yards on this game, which gives him the OMFL league. It all feels cheap. And I didn't earn any of this, even though it was a really good game. And I did post the game that he and I played. And then Priest, me and you, buddy. Me and you got to play last week. And this was a freaking... This game was nuts. So you can see it was a crazy game. 372 passing yards for Priest, 18 first downs. 158 rushing yards for the Saints. But this one really was about 3 quarters of the Saints. And then one whole quarter where it was Green Bay, where I backed off the gas. He hit the ball for 22 minutes and 50 seconds. He had a lot of long drives that ate up the clock. And Priest, you were just murdering me in the fourth quarter. I felt bad after a pick 6. And I think we went up 37-6 or something crazy like that. And I was like, okay, let's hit the gas and put in all backups on offense and defense. And then Priest hammered down on the gas and just kind of had his way with me. Taysom Hill, 23 passing yards when he went 1 for 1. Winston got to come in. I think he went 1 for 4 or 5, 3, 1 for 3 for 1 yard. So not a good day for Jameson. Aaron Rodgers, though, 396 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, as he went 23 for 42 and 4 sacks on the day. Drew Brees had an amazing day before I took him out. 18 of 14 for 50. Along of 52, 71%, 203 yards, and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Again, Drew has not been picked off yet this season, which means I'll throw 4 picks in the next game. Devontae Freeman had a massively long run on me. I think it was 66 yards, and that kind of padded those stats. Kamara answered right back with a 51-yarder, and Taysom Hill throwing in a 21-yarder there before I started taking all those guys out. And then Ty Montgomery was really shut down in the second half, along with the rest of my offense. Mike Thomas, 4 receptions, 114 yards, 1 touchdown. Devontae Adams literally single-handedly took this game over. He caught 3 passes in a row, 2 of them on top of 2 defenders with his X Factor highlighted. He just went absolutely bananas on my guys, and it was absolutely nuts to kind of see how that happened. And yeah, we didn't really have much of an answer, and I felt like then it was too late to put in starters, and then the clock started. I don't know. It was just a weird game. Jared Cook, 3 receptions for 68 yards and a touchdown. Marquez Valdes-Scantling, one of my guys that I really like and have traded for the last 2 seasons, but not today, Priest, because I can't afford this guy. He had a really good game, 3 receptions for 65 yards. 4 sacks for the New Orleans Saints. 2 of them came from Rick Wagner. He gave them up on the right side, and then Billy Turner gave up 1 on the right guard. Looking at defense, a lot of tackles for loss here. Kenny Clark, which is a monster up front. Jake Ryan, Dean Lowry, Marcus Hunt, who I think got hurt in this game, and then Pickney, who had his first sack, as well as Cam Jordan. He had 2 sacks, his first 2 of season 98. Pickney had a sack. Zadarius Smith had a sack. He played really well for them, and then Marcus Davenport added to his sack. Interceptions, 1 from Marshawn Lattimore and 1 from P.J. Williams. The P.J. Williams one came on the sidelines. It could have been a pick 6, but I hit the wrong button. He ended up running out of bounds. Again, this was a crazy game where Saints went up massive on this game, and then I felt really bad, started pumping the brakes, and then Priest freaking come roaring back. So lesson learned, never pumping the brakes. Now I'm going to pump the brakes, but that one got a little hairy and a little tight. I got the Lions and Chargers next before we move into a bye week. These are going to be 2 extremely tough games. And if I'm going to challenge in the NFC, I'm going to have to pick these up, as these are going to be really tough against Cooley and against Colin, because those guys have played me a ton, and they both were in my division at one point, and they know how I play. I don't know that I have a great feeling about how they play, mainly because of they have new teams and they play different styles now, and I just don't get to play them as much as I used to when they were in my division, and we kind of knew each other a little bit better. Look at some quick stats, and then we'll get you out of here. 639 passing yards for Drew Brees on 48 of 66, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. Completion percentage was 72%. Rushing, Alvin Kamara is leading the OMFL, but that's only because of the crazy stat pad that happened in our sim game. I mean, he's had a decent season, but it's early, and he will definitely not be at the top of the OMFL. 5 touchdowns, though, is nice from him. Receiving, Mike Thomas is doing his thing. 18 receptions, 316 yards with the 1 touchdown. Jared Cook, 10 for 144 and 3 touchdowns. Emmanuel Sanders, who's been really quiet since week 1, only 8 receptions for 84 yards and a touchdown. Tre'Quan Smith, though, has played really well. 6 for 60 and a touchdown. And the guy that I think we're going to hear a lot from is Devontae Harris and then Emmanuel Hall. I know there's no stats really here to brag about, but I think before this season's over, these would be 3 guys that you get to see. I cannot afford Worthington at all. I actually am in negative money for next season and can't re-sign any of my players this season, including my import Pickney. I've got some pretty big contracts that I'm going to have to make room for in the last sign of re-signings after the season's over, because this is not good. No bueno. You can see. I mean, these are stud players. This is going to suck. My team, this is really the only year I have, and then it's going to go downhill. It's going to go downhill quick, and I'm going to be in massive trouble and probably have to rebound for maybe a run in season 4 or 5. But we will soon find out. So that's where we are with the OMFL. Week number 3 here in the OMFL is, again, things are starting to progress pretty quickly. So I hope that you enjoyed a little Saints and Sinners episode number 14. That's right, number 14. So come back, check out the highlights. I posted some preseason highlights, but I'm going to do my season highlights for weeks 1 and 3. I don't have week 2 because that was a sim game, of course, but I got weeks 1 and 3. We'll go ahead and get that highlight posted. And then tomorrow night, Press Pass Live. OMFL News is ready to go. You guys are going to not want to miss OMFL News. And then Press Pass Live, your weekly OMFL podcast show, will come to you live tomorrow night around 10 o'clock, 10:30, something like that. And so come join me, come hang out. As soon as the Saints game's over, we'll jump on, we'll fire up Press Pass Live, and we'll come have some fun with you. The chat will be popping. It's been a little quiet tonight. It looks like my problem is Spotify. So if I run my audio, I can't run Spotify because those two things are fighting each other with my Mac, and which kind of sucks. So it looks like we won't be able to have music, but it is what it is. We'll figure it out. I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight. God bless you. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Tomorrow, I'll be rocking my brand new OMFL custom made jersey, the June 01 on the back, which is the year that we started. And so come check out my OMFL jersey. I'm working on some hats maybe. We might try to get some hats, even though they're kind of expensive. But if people want to buy hats and get at least 12 of us to sign up, we'll make it happen. So, Priest, I hope you have a great rest of your night, my buddy. A lot of love from old Nate. And until then, see you. Peace.